Do I need the mic or can you hear me? You can hear me? Awesome. Anyway, I want to make a force of thought because, well, recently I've been considering very hard to stop coming to Rev, and I wanted to say how Rev is amazing and great before I leave. And what I want to say is that one of the aims and values that Rev has nationally is to spread this concept to other institutions in the UK and worldwide. And well, I don't want to do a literary analysis of the aims and values because that would be a bit too
awesome,
geeky, even for me. The question that you can ask is what is the concept? What is Rev? And if I asked people this question, there's two answers probably that would come up. One of them is, well, it's Rev, and that's not really an answer, is it? And the other one would be, it is the aims and values. The aims and values you shall follow to the letter. But I think that most of us will agree that while the aims and values are awesome, Rev is more than that, more than anything that can be put into words. And I think that's the best way of describing Rev, is to describe it with stories of how it's changed people, and that's why I want to tell my story of Rev. And some of you are relatively new Revers, and to you I would like that to be a hope or a potential of great things that Rev can help you do. And for those of you who have been in Rev a longer time, it can also, I would like to encourage you to look back a bit on what you've done with Rev. It's a really, really good feeling and really good, cool thing to do. Anyway, first time I heard about Rev was around Christmas 2006, when a guy called Casper, and at least three of you, two of you here will remember Casper, three of you,
legend,
told me, I'm going to sing tonight, do you want to come here and sing? It's
lived with him in first year.
Back in those days we could get better work for the concept. And I thought, I've got nothing better to do, I'll go and listen to him. I thought it was him in a solo concert, to be honest. But I listened to him sing and I was blown away by the quality of the singing. One of the songs I remember was Addy Amos. Where's Daniel? Addy Amos was one of the things that got me into Rev, and it was really amazing. But more than the quality of the songs and the singing, it was the fact that the sheer enjoyment was visible on the people's face, people who were singing there. And waiting at the bus stop, Casper told me, yeah, you should try it, come along, join. So after the Christmas break, I joined, I came along, and I was really, really welcome. I mean, I felt at home from the minute I set foot in the chaplaincy. I don't think I had ever been in the chaplaincy up till that point. And I remember a guy called Jason Young, who was president then, and he was giving out the sweets at the start, and he was there, made me feel at home. The environment codes were also there. I didn't not know them as environment codes, but they all made me feel welcome. There's names I could name, but I would forget lots of people, so I'm not going to give more names than that. And all the people that I've been there with, they're part of some sort of family that I really feel part of, and I really love them all with all my heart, and that counts for everyone that I've ever met through Rev, that I know through Rev. Of course, Rev is not, well, it is also about singing. and the singing was fun as well. I mean, Rev, the gift that Rev gave me that I would never have thought to have was the gift of boldness and courage in taking things. One of the values is to draw out hidden abilities, but it's giving people the courage to go for things. So 2 weeks after joining, it was One World Week, and Rev was invited to do a performance, and I went to it without knowing any of the songs. And that was fine. And so with that sort of enthusiasm and feeling part of it, it's a little surprise I went to WIM. Every one of you go to WIM next year. Epic. And that was immense, really. I mean, I got to know a lot of people from Warwick more, but I also got to know a lot of people nationally as well. somehow, although that's not the aim of WIN, but it's somehow WIN that I became a Christian. I got the first comment for pushing patriotism too far at WIN by a guy called Thorvald Stein, when I was wearing the English shirt. And that's also where I conducted for the first time somehow. Back in those days, well, let's just say that the have overcome of those days was Lord You Are Good.
Oh, yeah.
By that I mean, it was an absolutely awesome song, but that was overdone, and that everybody knew by heart. And even though everybody knew the song and how it went and everything off memory, I did manage to screw it up in the conducting. And that's what's great about Rev. Not that I did screw up, but that when I did, I still got encouraged to be brought back to conducting and to do stuff. And it wasn't just a way, oh, it's the aims and values, we've got to respect that aims and value. It was, people were really keen on seeing people grow through Rev and try other things. And I remember in term 3 of that year, we did Lean On Me by Kirk Franklin, and that is really one of the things that Rev is about, leaning on each other, providing each other support, and it sums up pretty much what Rev is all about. And then after all that year of awesomeness, where they dance and drama and all kinds of wonderful things, bad stuff happened and I had to go to the other country. I loved Rev so much when I went that I set up Leon Rev, and we even had a performance 2 months after setting it up, with 4 people in concert. That was 1 section, including the conductor. So that also illustrates the kind of confidence that Rev brings you. And we had a massive amount of fun. But because it was the other country, well, not just because of that, but at some point I was depressed during that year. And that story is one that will keep in my heart forever. Ben Parker, who was president of Rev back in the day, at the cabaret, called me on my mobile from England to France, got the choir to sing Lord You Are Good to me over the phone. That is what...
I remember that.
I conducted.
Well, there you go, you've still got people from the days. And that was really why Rev is part of who I am and part of me. And so I came back, fortunately, the year after that, did the Masters. Found Rev to be still awesome. I had my first solo. I had more goes at conducting. I think now I can, or I could conduct Lord Dragon without screwing it up too much. Been to 4 wins now. That's a lot, not enough. And at one point, I was given the chance to run for president when Ben Parker had to go, but I didn't for various reasons. Maybe I should have, I don't know. And I suggested tons of songs, none of which got taken. But yeah, so that's the history of singing I got through it. But like I said at the start, more than all the singing and more than all the songs and getting confidence, Rev is about the people. And like I said, I love all of you that I've talked to, and I will love everyone that I will talk to through Rev. I know that, and that's something that's very rare, to be able to say that anyone that I meet through Rev, I will love them and mean it. I mean, of course, there's people I'm closer to, there's people I love more than others in the interview.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like that, but that's just true. But I still love each and every one of you, and that's one of the phrases that some of you might have heard before. It's Rev Love. And it is very cheesy, isn't it, to call something Rev Love? But rightly so, it's Rev. Rev does cheese.
And nothing else.
And to go back to the original start of the course of thought, spreading the concept of Rev, that's what is at the core of Rev Love. And that's what's worth spreading. And personally, I was feeling earlier that I was coming to the end of my Rev journey. But at Rev Cell, Claire got the picture of a light bulb with fireflies in it, and sometimes the firefly escapes the light bulb and spreads the light to other places in the light bulb. So even if I leave Rev, shut up, dude. Even if I leave Rev, Rev is still in me, so I may no longer be in Rev, but Rev will still be in me, and yeah, and it will remain part of all of you when you leave, and that doesn't mean Rev is a cult, but it will. But it will be part of your life forever in your because it has changed me in more ways than.
Yeah.
Oh.